So Google Docs Design School. Some of you were able to open this. If not, let me know and I can shoot you a new copy. But for now, what we're going to do is if you guys have questions, just throw it up into the chat box, which is in the Google Meet. It's right here. So if you have a question, I'll hear it pop up. So go ahead and just pop it into there, and I'll stop every so often, probably every page or so. And that way, if anybody has a question I need to address, we'll go through it. So some of you are already like past this, but I want to give everyone an opportunity to do some of the steps. So the way this is set up is you're going to learn by doing. So to start, you can learn by changing the page color. Now this wasn't a big deal before, because before if you change the page color, it would print out in color and all that. But now that things are looking like they're going to extend, I like changing the page color because it almost makes it look like a website, but the kids aren't on the web. So my newsletters I send out every month, I just use a Google Doc. I just make it look fancy. So to do that, if you do what I said, you're going to go into File and Page Setup right at the bottom. And then you're going to choose Page Color. I'm going to do something crazy this morning because we need things bright. Well, orange for the sun. Yay! Now you see when I do that, it does all of the boxes as well. And we're going to talk about how to color in the table boxes down here. All right? So go ahead and try it. I talk up here about if you change the color of the document to a dark color, you're going to want to use light font. If you change a light color, you're going to want to use a dark font, and that's fine. So next, how to change the table color. So now that I've done this, I've realized that now my tables, since they're all transparent technically, I'm going to click here onto this box, change table color. Click the table box you want to change, or you can highlight multiple boxes. And then up on your toolbar, you're going to see a paint can, and that's going to be my background color. So I'm going to choose a nice gray to go in there with my bright orange. All right. And remember, if you ever make a mistake on Google Docs, anything Google, even Google Sheets, the Excel or slide, the spreadsheet, you can do this on Microsoft as well. If you ever make a mistake, the magic buttons are Control Z, and it automatically undoes your last whatever you did. I'm going to do it again, just so my page isn't orange the whole time. But Control and Z is your magic button. So take a minute or two and color in some boxes. Give yourself a chance to do some rainbow action if you're looking for Roy G. Biv. You know, that's a popular one. It's the elementary for art class. Emily, I'm going to throw this out there for you because I know some of the art teachers use the custom hex colors. If you click on custom, you can actually find the custom hex that you want here. So if you're looking for specific colors, you can highlight multiple boxes and change those colors. All right.
Where is the paint can, Lancy? I think it's such a small screen now. Yeah, I made it so small.
If you don't see it, is that Casey?
Yeah.
If you don't see it, go all the way to the right, and there will be 3 little dots at the end of like your bar here, like at the end. Click on that, and there'll be more that'll show up underneath.
Oh, okay. There's the rest of my paper. Yeah. Oh, and there's the paint can.
If your screen is like too narrow, they do have all of them there. It's just like the 3 little dots are like the continuation of, I guess you would call it.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, awesome.
Thanks.
The other thing you guys can do is too, let's say I highlight a bunch of these and I change the color to whatever, we'll do pink, right? But there's the pencil that's right next to it. That's the border color. You can change the borders of your table to a certain color. So I changed mine to blue. The 3 lines are the border width, so I can make them super fat and chunky borders, just right here, what I highlighted. There you go. And you also have the opportunity to make it dashed. I noticed how it only did it to the ones where I had it highlighted. So if you're doing a table and you want just one place to be like dashed, hey, put your answer here, you can make it super bold around the outside. You can make it dashed, all that good stuff. All right. And then any questions so far? Everybody good? Michelle, the undo is Control Z. And then if you can't find the paint can, did you hear what I said to Casey, Michelle? You're going to look all the way to the right, and there'll be 3 little dots. Oops, I can't spell today. Okay. Okay, awesome. And Emily, you're good. Mine has been running really slow too, so. All right, so the next thing is changing the font colors. You can change the color of the font when you're writing. You can either do it beforehand, like if I know what font I'm going to be doing, or if you highlight afterwards. So when I did this sentence right here, life is more fun with rainbows, I wrote the sentence first. And see, I'm typing, but there's a lag time too. I wrote the sentence first, and then what I did was I highlighted each word by double-clicking on it, and that only highlights the word and not the spaces in between, which is how I did that. I double-click on the word, and then I changed it. So to change this word to green, I'm going to go up to my A, the text color, click on it, I'm going to make it green, and then the little highlighter next to it, I'm going to make yellow. So then the next word, I just double click on it. Let's see, this one, the text is pink, and the highlight is purple. Now, you may want to do this in something where if you're giving instructions to kids or you're sharing something that's really important, you can highlight what you wrote that was important, that you felt like was important. You could see the word rainbows that I did. I tried to make it really tricky just to make people earn it. But what I did was I highlight just one letter at a time, and I went through the whole thing, and then clicked on it one letter at a time. And then when I was done doing each letter, then I changed the whole highlight over to black. All right. All right, I think everyone's probably pretty good at changing that stuff, and you guys can keep playing with it, but I'm going to move to the next one. Craig, you may have a lag on your internet. I have nothing but a blank page, no boxes or anything. Did you have the copy of the Google Docs Design School, Craig, that I shared with you from the email? Or is that what you're seeing on my screen is just the lag? He looks like he's freezing up.
I'll look for it. That's my problem. I didn't open the docs, so don't worry about it. I'll find it.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I should have emailed it to you yesterday, and it would force copy for you. All right. So go back here. So to insert an image, there are multiple ways you can insert an image into a Google Doc. The first thing you have to do is go into the Insert button here and click Image. Insert Image. And you'll see the different options. I'm going to close that because I have them in a box right here for you. So you can upload from your computer, which at this point, if you're on a Chromebook, it's really just your Google Drive or your downloads. You can search the web, which that option only searches photos that are copyrighted to be shared. So that might be a good option for us to use because it models good digital citizenship. If you go into Google Images, those are just images from anywhere on the web. Some of them may be copyrighted. I'm guilty of that as well. But when you search the web for an image in a Google Doc, a Google slideshow, anything like that, it automatically only brings up images that are able to be shared. You can search within your Google Drive, which is a nice way to do it if you have the Drive app on your phone. I know people get images from parents, and a nice way to do it is just upload it into your work Google Drive and then do it that way. Google Photos, it would have to be your photos that are attached to your work account. So that's kind of one of those, it's easier to me to upload it to Drive, but if you have your work account attached to some Google Photos, then you can do that. By URL, we're going to talk about next. And then camera, you can actually go into insert image from camera, and that's the way that a lot of students insert like their work. Like, hey, write down this math problem, show me your work. The kids go do that, and they hold up a paper with their work on it, and then you can see their work. It puts it right into a Google Doc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search the web. So insert image, and I said put a picture of a dog here. So if I search the web, the right toolbar shows up. Eventually. And you can see here, it says only selected images that you have confirmed that you have a license to use. So it'll only be ones with a public license. I want a cute dog. Not an ugly dog, a cute dog. Oh my gosh, adorable. I love pugs. They're so weird. All right, I'm going to click on the one I want, and then I hit the insert at the bottom, and it will automatically insert it into my Google Doc. And there are instructions down below on how to do all the others. If you're going to insert with your camera, or the kids are, they need to make sure that they allow the camera for this page. It'll pop up a little box that says, do you want to allow Google Docs to take photos? And you would say allow. All right. All right, so the next one I'm going to do that also kind of goes with images is a GIF. I get a lot of questions about this. GIF is, I'm going to get this wrong, but it's like a graphic something format. It's basically a moving picture, right? And it's what I use on my, a lot of my presentations. I use them on my newsletters because they're fun and whatever. So to insert a GIF into a Google Doc, I use the Giphy website, which I'm going to go to right now. I'm going to mute somebody. I don't know who it is. I'm muting you, Craig. Okay. All right. So if you really start using GIFs a lot, I would suggest putting in the Giphy extension, which I can talk to you about later if you're interested in that, because I use that and it's a lot easier to use. But if you're just going to use it once in a while, you're going to go to Giphy and you're going to search. And I'm going to search for the GIF for Teacher Life, right? Which is what I always use. At this point, it's looking a little different than what it used to be. I think Kelly can agree. Teacher Life would probably just be a huge computer in front of your face. All right, and then you'll see a bunch of GIFs come up, okay? Once they come up, you can look at these. These are all like the little videos, or you can hit stickers, and stickers usually just give you like a text. It's not going to be like an actual video. I like using stickers more sometimes because I feel like it's not as distracting. But for you guys, this first GIF is like my ultimate favorite. There's no tired like teacher tired. So I'm going to click on the one I want. I'm going to go over here to copy link. And I'm going to copy the GIF link. When I click on it, remember to right click, it's a 2-finger tap. You don't push down all the way, you just tap with 2 fingers. And it'll come up your right click. Link copied. So now I have my URL, right? And that's what I was saying before. So now I'm going to insert an image by URL. And like I said, doing this is a lot of steps. And then I'm going to paste it. If you're interested in doing these more often, I could show you how to use the Giphy extension in a second. The other nice thing about that is that it previews it for me. So if it says preview not available, I know the GIF won't work or I copied the wrong link. So here we go. This is my guy right now. He's bathing in coffee. Cheers to that. All right. The extension, I'll show you how easy the extension is. The extension, I just went to the Chrome Web Store. I downloaded the Giphy extension. Of course, it's not going to work now because I want it to, right? So it pops up. I clicked on what I want. All I have to do now is drag it. I don't have to do any of that copying and pasting, any of that stuff. I click on it, I drag it over, and it's there. And it even cites it for me. It gives me the citation, which I did not do in the coffee GIF. I can make it smaller. So it fits on my page, possibly, maybe. And you'll see, I mean, these take up more bandwidth, so it's still loading for me. All right, there he is. Wash your hands, cover your cough, right? All right, let's go back over. How's everybody doing over here on my Monopoly tiles? Oh, hold on, I have a chat. Let's see what everybody's saying. Unsplash has great free photos. Awesome. Emily, you know what? You don't have to share it with me unless you want to. It's just for you to learn by. So if you have questions, definitely reach out to me, but I can't see anyone else's screen at this point. So this is just my, learn by doing thing. All right. The other option you have for inserting pictures is inserting a drawing. So if you have never used Google Drawings, it's a cool way for you to make your own images. You can import pictures. If you go into Google Drawings, you could do it that way. You could do backgrounds. You can put your picture on it. You can use your Bitmoji. So that's a lot of times people ask me, how'd you get your Bitmoji to say something? I go into Insert, Drawing, and I click New. Or if I want to do shapes, or before I learned about the equation feature, this is how I did a lot of my fraction work for math, all that. You could do fun arrows and you can write on them, which is cool. I'll just do something really quick. There's my arrow. I'm going to double click on it and it'll allow me to write in it. Check it out. What was that? Again, you can see the text, it continues here. There's more, so there are more options. Make it red. You could change the color on this by using the paint can again, all these things. But once you're done, you hit save and close, and it'll put it in as an image. Once it's in there, the kids can't mess with it, see? But you can always edit it by double clicking or just click once and you'll see the edit show up. All right? So that's just another fun way to add things. Inserting links. So if you want to insert a link, for example, I know people when they're doing a hyperdoc, when you give the kids instructions, you want it to be, hey, check out this YouTube video here. But then when you post the YouTube link, it's really long and kind of annoying. If you want to just post the video to your text, check out the video here. I'm going to go to YouTube and get my video. What's the good one? Hold on, it's an autoplay. Let me mute it. Hopefully that worked. See, it's not just your computers that are running slow. So I got my link. Slowly but surely. Okay. I have my link. It's my Rubik's Cube video. Very good video. I'm going to go back over to my Google Docs. I'm going to highlight the text that I want to be linked. You can either right-click on it, so the two-finger tap, and you'll see the link comes up here, or you have the option to link right here, right? Either way you do it, it's going to come up. I'm going to hit Control-V, which is my paste, Control-V paste. And I'm going to hit Apply. And that takes me to this. I click down here, and I can see the preview of the video, so I know it's the right video. I'm not going to bring it up because I know. The other thing is I want to tell people, if you're going to start doing that sort of thing with videos within a Google Doc, I would suggest not doing a Google Doc then. I would suggest using a Google Slides presentation. And the reason for that is it's great to link within your Google Doc, takes them to YouTube. That's the kicker. If you don't want your kids going to YouTube, you want them staying on the page. If you put it within a Google presentation, a Google slideshow, they don't go to YouTube. It keeps them on the slide. It plays the video on the slide. So then that way they're not on YouTube. I know it's very distracting, all the stuff. The slide just is right there. It doesn't take them out. And when you import it through slides, they block all the ads. Double thumbs up to that. So that's just another thing. All the stuff I'm showing you right now is also available on Google Slides. So you can do all this stuff also on Google Slides, except this one I'm going to show you right now. So a header or a footer on slides is a little different. You have speaker notes. So if you need a header or a footer, you're going to go to Insert. There's headers and footers. Now, a header and a footer, if you're not aware, is something that stays on every single page. So let's say Mrs. Horton has homework every day, and she wants to put out Mrs. Horton homework April 1st, 2020. So every page at the top of the page, it would have that. If you're interested in doing page numbers, there are a lot of options. It's the same thing, insert page numbers. You can start on the first page with a 1. You can do it at the top, the bottom. You start at the second page with a 1. You can do more options. You can start on a different page number. So let's say you have different documents that you're eventually going to put together. You can start this one, 1, 2, 3, the next document, completely different document on a completely different tab, start it on 4. That's in there. Page count, same thing, gives you a little more options. There are a lot of options for that. So see right here, page count, it shows me 4. I'm not going to do that. All right, so. All right, before I do this last page, I'm just going to check over here for questions. Everybody doing okay? Yay, okay. All right, we're going to keep rolling through. All right, the next one, tables. Excuse me, I got to use my tissue. So tables, when you're creating tables, you can see that when I create a worksheet, I like to put in tables because special ed teacher, I like things visually lined up and whatever. So I always create tables, but the kicker is you can create tables within tables. So what I want you to do is, under the do here, I want you to create your own table. You're going to create a 2x4. So you're going to go into Insert, Table, it's right under Image, and it gives you the options to do as many as you want. So right now, we'll do a 2x4 inside. And then you're going to make it green. So we're going to highlight and then go to your paint can. And we'll make it a lovely bright green for spring. There we go. Now you can see over here, the one I gave you is actually an image that I screenshot, so you can't change it because I totally, when I taught this before, had teachers cheat, and I'm not going to lie, teachers, they're the worst. They changed it so it looked like theirs. So you can't change mine, but just do your best. While you're doing that, the other thing I wanted to show you is I had some people ask me about doing more within tables where you can make them all the same size. So if you wanted to add another column and you're already like here, you could do your 2-finger tap. You could insert rows above, below, a column. I'm going to insert another column to the left. Let's say I put some words in here. I have a title here. I have words of instructions here, and it's all off. I put words over here, and I get to the point, and I want to know if it's going to show up. There it is. I want to make every single one even, and I've been playing with it, and I don't know how to do that. Like, you can drag them or whatever. If you want all the boxes to be the same size, right? So now I see my columns are all messed up, right? I'm going to highlight them, 2-finger tap, and I'm going to click on distribute rows or distribute columns. I'm going to start with columns. That's going to make all my columns the same size. Boom, done. I'm going to do it again and do distribute rows. They'll make all my rows the same size. It makes it even. Now, if I want my text centered within the middle, again, 2-finger tap, table properties, and my cell vertical alignment, that means how the text falls. Usually it defaults at the top, so the text always goes to the top. I like middle because, again, Lancy stuff, whatever. And that keeps it no matter what the size of it is. You can see title now is in the middle, and you can even then center justification here. So everything's in the center. So there are ways to play with it, and it literally the ways I've been learning are just by playing with this, all right? All right, now I'm going to actually delete this table. And to do that, I'm going to do my 2-finger tap, delete table, just to move everything back up. There we go. Because now the last one, I'm going to have you guys modify a table. So that requires you to build a table, highlight some cells, and then merge them. So I'm going to walk you through these steps, and then I'll take some questions before we move on to Google Docs for intermediate. So in the modify table, you're going to insert a 3x3 table. All right. Highlight the entire right column. Which, if you don't know how to highlight, you click with 1 finger and drag with the other. And then 2-finger tap to right click. Oh, got to do it again. It happens. 2-finger tap. There it is. And I'm going to hit merge cells. All right. Next step, highlight the 2 top rows and the 2 left columns. I'm going to merge those cells. And I'm going to do the 2 cells at the bottom of the middle column, highlight those, merge cells. And then I'm going to use my paint can to fill in the colors. All right. And again, you could do different colors, different text in each one if you want. We're going to talk about text in the next one. Whatever. All right. I'm going to pop back over. How's everybody doing over here? Everybody good? Allison, you're very deep in thought, and I love it. Again, this is just to play, and the more you use it, the better you'll get at it. I know it feels like I'm doing it really fast, but I've been doing this for a while. So go back through, play with these things. You can make more tables underneath, whatever you need to do. And always, please know, always, you can always call me or email me or whatever if you need help, okay? All right, I am going to go into, I'm going to close out the beginner. Less tabs the better, right? I'm going to go into Google Docs Design School for Intermediates. At this point, you guys can follow along with me on your intermediate if you'd like. I'm going to kind of move through this a little faster because we have about 25 minutes left, and I found the last 2 sessions, if I just move through it and kind of talk about it and show it, then people can play with it later. I think that was better for people to do. So is everyone okay with that? If I just kind of move ahead, and then if you guys have questions? Yeah? Okay, perfect. All right. So in Google Docs Design School Intermediate, that's the one with the cute emoji up here. Oh, and if you want to add emojis to your titles, just so you know, because I had people ask me about this, you right-click or 2-finger tap on the title, and you'll see the emoji comes up, and that's how I added those. Just so you know, life skills right here. All right. So on Google Docs, not all of the fonts are added immediately when you log in. You can add more. So, for example, not everyone probably has Carter 1, which is the one I'm using right now. You'll be able to view it on the sheets that I shared with you. You can view the fonts that I've added, but you won't have them yourself. So click on the font, and you're going to click on More Fonts. Now you can search for fonts by their name. You can look up scripts of fonts. This one is showing all fonts, and it's sorted by popularity. Now, all of these over here to the right, these are all fonts that I've added to my account. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. They're just fun fonts that, you know, I've seen, I like. I'm not going to lie, when I used to have free time, I used to literally go on Pinterest and look for fun font combinations. And then I would search for them because Lancy stuff. So you can do it by alphabetical. You can sort it by date added. Well, I'm going to do that today. You can do it by trending, what's really popular right now. Ooh, we got some new ones that I don't have. So I can tell I don't have these because there's not a check next to them. So I'm going to geek out for a second. I'm going to add some cool new fonts. Ooh, they have Courier now. That's exciting. So go ahead and add some fonts to yours. That one's kind of cool. All right. Big shoulders. All right. So now I'm going to hit OK. Now I know when I go into here, those fonts will be added. Let's see. So I just added the big shoulders display and the pelota. They're right there. All right. So that's how you would add new fonts. I'm trying to scroll. All right. So your task at the bottom was to add 5 new fonts and list them below. So feel free to do that at another time, or if you want to play with that now, go ahead. I'm just going to keep on moving. I'm going to go into font formatting. Now, I think most people know how to do bold. They know how to do italics and underline, but there are other things you can do with fonts. You can do strike through. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to highlight it, right? And for bold, italics, and underline, it's right here. Bold, right? You can also use the keystrokes Control-I for italics. And I'm sorry, my sentences are weird. I was making this on Tuesday night, and I was trying to think of something funny. But there are 3 other things you can use. So strike through, I like using strike through for when I want to show editing. So if you're teaching the kids how to edit something on paper, strike through is a good one to use. So you go into format, I highlighted strike through, format, text, and strike through. There we go. Superscript, I used as a math teacher to do quick exponents. So again, format, text. Superscript makes it that higher level. And subscript would be for footnotes or something like that, or if you want it to be like a tiny little text at the bottom. All right, so there you go. You can also insert special font characters. Now, this is great for math teachers. This is great for doing like emojis in there. If you want to add arrows, there are different symbols you can add. So I'm going to show you how to do this really quick. Go into Insert, special characters. Michelle, I want to say there's musical notes too, but don't quote me on that. We'll look right now. So here's my special characters. I am going to grab this box and move it over to the side because it works still over here, right? I'm still putting things here, but I'm searching for them here, okay? So I'm over here on the side with my symbol, but I can search for them here. So there are multiple ways to search. The one that I use the most is just drawing the symbol. So let's say I have a student who has one of the apostrophes over their E's. I can draw an E, put an apostrophe over it, and it brings up any of those that I want right there. If I don't want that, let's say right here I have symbol, so I'm going to write cent, the cent sign. That's a big one. I can never find that. I'm always like, where is that cent sign? There it is. And it popped up over here. So to enter it, I just click on it once and you'll see it automatically enters over into my doc. All right. Let's see if we have musical notes. Music. Oh, there you go, Michelle. So I have some symbols over here. I have a flat sign, natural, the sharp. I don't know if you would use that necessarily for elementary school, but it's there. These boxes mean that that's not installed on my computer, just so you know. It's a Byzantine musical symbol. Probably not something I would use. So I'm going to put an emoji in here. Let's see. I'm going to draw a circle. There we go. Look at that. Big old smiley face for everyone this morning. I love it. Grinning face. All right. So you get the point. As I go down through, you can write different things. If I want to do currency, I can't spell currency. So I can write currency. Doesn't come up as euro currency sign, but there are like the pound, if you want to do that, for different, there it is, different symbols. All right. When you're done, to get rid of this box, you're going to click the X. All right. That's a good question, Casey. Can you drag them out to do bigger and smaller? The only way with this is what I found. You can't drag them, but you can highlight them and change the font size. So, because technically they're symbols, they're fonts. If I make that 30, it makes it bigger. A lot of times, I like 18 to a 12. I feel like the symbol at 18, is about where I'd put a 12. And that was when I was doing 8th grade. So it's really up to you.
Awesome.
Okay, 12 cents. All right. And Amanda, I saw your question, and I'm getting to the equations next. There's the equations next. So that's symbols. So next, inserting equations, which is what Amanda had just asked about. There is an equation bar. So hang with me, those of you who wouldn't need this per se, but I do want to show this for people who are teaching math because it is a nice feature. You can see here I added all these equations. So I'm going to go over here, and then I'm going to go to the insert and equations. Now, I'm not going to lie, this took a little practice to get used to, but you'll see a little box shows up here. That's where my equation is going to go. And I have all these options. I have Greek letters. I have miscellaneous operations. I have like the greater than, less than symbols. This one is the fraction. Here's your square root. Here's your parentheses. You can use multiples of these within the fraction box. But to start, I'm just going to show you how to do the fraction. I'm going to click on A over B. To make it same as what I have there, I'm going to hit 1, and then I hit enter to take me to the next line. 2, enter, enter. And now my fraction is complete. If you need to edit it, you just click on it, and it'll bring it again. So I'm going to add plus I'm going to go to, again, new equation, fraction, 1, enter, 4, enter, enter, and I'm out of it, equals, new equation, there you go, 3, enter, 4. Now, if I don't click enter again and I just keep typing, I can do spaces and I can keep typing, right? You have to make sure you hit that enter twice to get out of the fraction, because it does allow you, if you see on my third option down here, it does allow you to write complex fractions. So enter, enter to get out of it. There we go. Does that answer your question, Amanda? I'll take that as a yes, kind of. All right. Again, you could do exponents with it. Again, new equation. The exponent is the x to the b. So I do x, I hit enter to go to the next section, 2, enter, enter to get out of it. Now I'm out of my equation, minus, and you'll see I have the square root. So then, new equation, my square root, 16, enter, enter to get out of it. So I'll stop there with the math types, but I know fractions are a big one, and it does get easier as you do it, the more you do it, I promise. All right, the next thing I have on here is leaving comments. Comments are great if you're using Google Classroom and you have the option for kids to hand things in, and under that you can assign a copy to each student. So what that means is that you take the template and it forces copy to each student, so they can't mess with your template. They don't have to worry about finding it to turn it in. It's automatically there, but it also shares ownership with both of you. So as they're working on something, you can also see it. So the cool thing about that is if you highlight something that they're working on, and you can hit comment and say, this is great. The other thing you can do is you can tag a person in the comment. So I can highlight it, hit my comment box. To tag a person, I hit the plus, and then I just put their name. I'm going to pick on Chris Bogodian because he was the first person to pop up. If I click assign to him, it will automatically send him an email and says, hey, you've been assigned to this task. So if I'm taking meeting notes for a large group of people, I can assign things to people, and then I'll automatically send them an email as a reminder. The thing is with this, I click assign, and then I click it, I have to make sure the document is shared with him. So this is telling me, hey, you have to share it with him. I'm not going to share it with him because he's inundated with all sorts of stuff. And he'll be like, what is she talking about now? But I will add a comment here, and then I want to show you one other thing. All right. Music is, yay! Shout out to our music teacher there. All right. So I've had a teacher who said, I leave comments on things, and then the kids go through and they resolve the comments. And when I tell the parents, hey, well, look at the comments I left, the parents are saying, there are no comments. You can always bring back all of the comments that have been made just by clicking this little chat here, open comment history. Now, I'm just going to tell you right now, all of these are on here. These are from yesterday. I completely reverted this Google Doc back to the original 3 times already. I did all my changes, then I reverted it back because I didn't want to have 4 of these in my Google Drive, and I wanted to use the same thing over and over. You can see yesterday, 8/26, I made the same comment. So I can go in and look at every single comment that's been made on the doc just by clicking that, even if they reverted it all the way back to the beginning. That is a very nice feature. All right, the final page of intermediate. Changing the margins. Now that things are looking like we're going to be doing a little more online learning, I don't know if we're going back anytime soon. I don't know. But I change my margins so that they're very wide because I'm not printing things out. So when I'm giving kids stuff online, I want to use as much of the paper as possible. So to do that, you go into File, Page Setup, and you'll see the margins are here. It defaults at 1 for every single one. Because I am a crazy person and I like my margins to be very wide, I put mine all at 0.2. But let's say you change yours to 0.1, 0.2, whatever, and you want it to remain like that every time you open a Google Doc so you don't have to redo it. Once you change it, you're going to click Set as Default. And what that means is every time you log in, it'll be whatever you just made it. You can always change it back to 1, but if you want to set it as default, you can do that. And the page orientation, if you want to flip your page to the side, if you have like a big long image that you want to share and you only have it in portrait mode, again, File, Page Setup. You can change it right here. You can change it to landscape. You can also set that as default. So if you want your Google Doc to be on landscape every single time you log in, you could click that. Or if you click it accidentally and all of a sudden every time you log into Google Docs it's on landscape, this is how you would change it. All right. All right, we got through intermediate. How's everybody doing? Good? Okay. All right, I have 7 minutes left. Perfect amount of time to make you all advanced users. Again, I'm going fast. Please, if you have questions, just email me later and I'm going to share this with everyone. All right, so the next thing I want to show you how to do is screenshots. If you've never taken my Chromebook 101 class, you can do partial and full screenshots on your Chromebook. So to do a full screenshot on your Chromebook, you're going to hit the Control button and the multiple windows button. That's the button above the 6. It's going to take a copy. I'm going to hit Copy to Clipboard. And then I would paste it here just how you would usually paste. So Control V, or I just right click and paste, the 2-finger tap. Now let's say you don't want the whole screen. You just want part of the screen. And this is the thing that I use the most because I'll see like, for example, if I have like a PDF and I can't edit a PDF, I just partially screenshot what I want and stick it in here, all right? So to do that, you're gonna hold Control Shift and the multiple window button, Control Shift, multiple window button. You'll see my screen got a little darker and my mouse is now a little kind of crossbow. I'm gonna highlight, let go. I copy it to my clipboard. And now I can paste it by doing my right click, paste, or Control V again, and it's there. This is also a really nice thing to do if you don't want kids changing what you have written. So like right here, I could share this with the kids and then they can just delete letters, right? Because it's typing. But on this, it's an actual image now. So now they can't change anything. Oops, Control Z, messed up. All right, I heard a chat come through. Karen, I agree. So much easier than cropping. So much better. Amanda, the screenshots do get saved. They get saved to your Google Drive, but once they're in a doc, you can delete the screenshots from Drive. I know because my Google Drive, you search screenshot, there's like pages of it. So sometimes I just search screenshot and I just delete all of those, but they're already within my file. But it is nice to have them saved too. So if I save like a screenshot and just hit that, I don't have to hit copy. It automatically does save. Okay. All right, so that is Lancey's frozen computer. All right, here's a little more insert menu stuff. This is talking about Google Drawings again. I'm not going to go back into it because I know I already showed you, but I did want to tell you about Google Drawings in that if you insert a drawing from Drive, it's going to bring up the box. if you want to link it to your source or insert unlinked. And what that means is if you have a Google drawing, like I made this Google drawing down below. I know my computer's moving a little slow. I literally searched mountain backdrop. I added some text art, changed the color, and I put my Bitmoji in there, okay? I made it in Google Drawings, but then I wanted to insert it here. If I link it to source, what that means, if I change the Just Breathe, if I change it to go hiking or whatever, if it's linked, it will automatically change in the Google Doc as well. It's still a live document. If I insert it unlinked, it will stay just how it is. So even if I then go back and change my Google drawing within Google Drive, the original one will save. So if you wanted to show your kids progress about what you're doing, if you're doing something, you can do Google Drawings that way, insert them unlinked, and then each one will be separate. But if you insert it linked, it will change as you change it. They may have to hit refresh. All right, I only got 3 minutes, so I'm going quick. Inserting charts. Oops, sorry. If you want to insert a chart into your Google Doc, you can do that from Google Sheets. So if you're a Google Sheets user and you have data in Google Sheets, that is how you would do it here. I'm not going to show you right now because it's like going down the rabbit hole. There's a lot of stuff you can play with it. You'll see I gave you very specific directions. I chose the bar chart. You'll have the option to edit in Sheets, which you can. If you miss that, just click on the image and this little link will show up. You can open source, and that's going to take you to the Google Sheet it's in, and you can change and manipulate the data there. All right. That's a good one for science if you want the kids or you want to show. Inserting bookmarks and links. If you've been to one of my trainings before, you know that some of my documents are very, 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 very long. And what I do is I try and put all the questions that I'm going to answer at the top of the page, and I link them within the document. So to do that, I put bookmarks throughout, right? And to do that, you go insert bookmark. And then when I want to insert a link to that bookmark, I do the same thing I did before, where I highlight it, I insert link, and you'll see right here, bookmarks show up. So I actually linked something within this document. If you click on it, we say I linked this text somewhere, there's a bookmark. If you click on it, it should take you to my Just Breathe, because we all need that reminder these days, right? Because you'll see next to it, this big, long blue thing, that's a bookmark. I was hoping people wouldn't notice as we go through. But again, it's a little more advanced. I just want to throw it in there if you wanted to play with that a little bit. And finally, add-ons. There are certain add-ons you can get as teachers. Up here, click on add-ons, get add-ons. There are add-ons for writing. There are add-ons for music. There are add-ons for art. All these different things you can go through. If you don't like something that you've added or you feel like it's not applicable to you, go into manage add-ons and you can delete them. All right. There are lots of options out there. That also goes along with the extensions. I know that yesterday, Kelly isn't the only one whose eyes have been bothering her and everything. So I was searching for extensions to help people. I found this extension up here that makes everything dark. So when you click it, it changes everything to dark on your, oh, maybe it won't work unless I refresh. There it is. So my entire Google Doc, it flipped it to dark. So you don't have to stare at the white screen as much, all right? Same with Meet. You can see here, it flipped everything. So now all the text is dark, okay? And that one is called Dark Theme for Chrome. I'm going to flip it back just to mess with everything. All right. So at that point, I've thrown a lot at you, but don't feel like you need to be a pro at any of this. Like I've continually said, it's taken me a long time to get to where I am to make it look so fast, but I'm still learning things as I go. YouTube is my friend. I still Google a lot of stuff. But does anyone have any questions? I'm going to stop the recording now. Maybe. Does anyone have any questions while we are still Monopoly tiled? And everybody looks so happy this morning. I'm trying. Good? All right, if you're good, you guys can log off. Have a great day. Hang in there, everybody. I'm here for you if you need help.
Thanks, Lancy.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
You too, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Hey, Lancy.
Yeah.
I had a question. I don't know if you can hear the audio. My computer's really funky with it the last couple days.
Okay.
Up above in the chat, I asked a question, and I didn't hear if you answered it. If you